Hello, my name is Steve Estrada. Today we're going to be talking about ePortfolios and the teaching professional. I'm going to break this up into three different portions, that way it fits on the video a little bit better. But we're going to be talking about ePortfolios, what is an ePortfolio, we're going to be talking about why would I want an ePortfolio, and we're going to be talking about where do I get an ePortfolio. So let's start off with the very first topic. What is an ePortfolio? Now, an ePortfolio is an electronic collection of data. All right. Now, this is going to be available to people, hopefully on the internet, hopefully something that you can reach out and send to a possible employer, send it to friends, send it to colleagues. All right. Now, there's going to be two different kinds of portfolios, ePortfolios, that you'll see out on the internet. One is going to be for the creative person. It's going to be a collection of drawings. It's going to be a collection of animations, artwork. That's a creative ePortfolio. What we're going to deal with is the professional ePortfolio. Now, this is going to deal more with professional papers, research, awards, and possibly professional development. Kind of think of it as a personal resume that we can send out and have people understand who we are and what we're about. Why would I want an ePortfolio? Well, let's take a look at the world we live in. Computers, social media, Facebook are all common in today's world because it's instant information. As a professional, if I want to see the qualifications of an applicant or a fellow professional, I'll look them up online and see what comes up. Now, mostly what you're going to see, top things you're going to see are social media links like Facebook or MySpace. You're going to see professional links like LinkedIn. But there's one thing that's missing from these sites, and that's the personal information. And I'm not talking about credit card numbers and things like that. I'm talking about how is this person in real life, not just a series of information. All right? So let's say you're trying to get a job and your employer has two exact resumes, carbon copies. All right? What do? Who do I pick? All right, from experience, what usually happens is the employer will select somebody that either has a personal reference, or maybe they've worked with them, they know somebody that's worked with them, they have some kind of reputation, all right? That's the person that's going to get picked. Now, let's say those same two people are going for the job, but the employer doesn't know anything about them. If I have an ePortfolio, I have my basic resume tied to that ePortfolio, but I also give them a basic philosophy. Maybe I give them some videos that show me at a press conference, giving a speech, doing volunteer work for somebody. This gives that employer a little something more to base his judgment on, all right? What the employer is trying to do is figure out who's going to be best qualification-wise, who's going to be best in our environment-wise, all right? So we're trying to knock out all those little things to make us more desirable to an employer. The ePortfolio is there to bridge some of those gaps, to give employers something that he can relate to. If he sees you on a video and you're playing with your daughter, or you're working on a car, or you're at a fishing spot, and he can relate to that, that's going to give you a little more ammunition, if you will, to get in there and get the position, or at least come off a lot better than somebody that has nothing there. Where would I get an ePortfolio? There are many sites out there that provide ePortfolio templates. The majority of them, however, are set up for the artistic type, loading images and graphics and artistic work. What we want is a portfolio, an ePortfolio, that not only shows our accomplishments, whether it's professional development, whether it's us engaged in speeches or some kind of topic, but we want to show the employer that we are tech savvy. For this reason, we're going to be using Google and creating a web page out of it, a website. All right, so let's face it, Google is basically the Walmart of computers. It's your one-stop place to go. You need an email account, Google's got it. You need somewhere to upload your images, Google's got it. You need to create a spreadsheet, but you don't have Excel or a document, you don't have Word, Google's got it. You want a web page, Google's got it. YouTube, and a ton of other things. All right, so Google is what we're going to be using. Part of the reason mobile devices these days are tapped into everything. All right, Google owns YouTube. YouTube is the premier video site All right, so we're going to use that. On most mobile devices, you can publish straight from your phone. It goes directly to your page, and you're done. You don't have to worry about anything. Another reason for using Google, one of the main reasons is there's so many applications, and they're all created by Google. They're all going to work together. They're all going to play nice to each other, with each other. If you've ever had, I come from a technical field where sometimes I had to run through 2 or 3 different programs just to be able to access a certain file type, and it's kind of a pain. With Google, we're going to load everything up. We're gonna end up creating 4 different accounts out of the many Google accounts. We're going to do a Gmail account. You might already have a Gmail account. We're going to do a YouTube account. All right, this is going to house our images, or let us add images very easily to our web page. And once again, if you have a mobile device, an iPad, a smartphone, chances might be pretty good that you already have a YouTube account, because it's so easy to publish. We're going to do a Drive account, and the Drive account is basically like your Windows Explorer or your Apple or Mac's Finder. It's a file. It's a filing system. It's a file cabinet. All right, and we're going to be creating our sites account, which is basically going to be our web page, our ePortfolio. All right. Now we're going to go through the basics of that, and throughout time, as you become more familiar with it, as you become more comfortable with it, you'll be able to edit it and dial it into what you really want. Okay. If you're skeptical on using Google, here's a good example. Whenever you have a question or an issue, how many times do you hear people say, "Oh, Yahoo it"? You don't. It's always Google it. Probably in the dictionary, in a few years, Google it will stand for finding information about something. So Google is what we're going to be using. So let's get started.